take the mickey out of Lawrence Dallaglio's lack of hair. Anyway, 64 non-league teams are one game away from the first round of the FA Cup.
And of course, Chris, they're all dreaming of making it to the third round and perhaps facing one of the big boys from the Premier League.
Yeah, but for Gloucester City, a giant killing run could mean a lot more than just a brief spell in the spotlight.
It's now been 6 years since the ground flooded. We've done one season with Forest Green, we've done a couple with Cirencester Town, and we're now in our fourth season with Cheltenham Town. Hopefully with a plan of redeveloping the land, not necessarily as it sits there, but within this area, and starting again basically.
Staying shock really. I don't think I've been back here since the floods happened, and if you look at the far side, the yellow and black, that used to be where Tim Harris, who's the manager at the time, got the fans to give the club a lick of paint in the summer. Unfortunately, 2 weeks into pre-season, floods took place. So that's why I've been back in 6 years.
We had rain on the Friday, July 2007, and it just rained and rained and rained, and eventually flooded overnight to the point that it was not feasible to come back. Set a ground share up with Forest Green within 2 or 3 weeks of then, and started the season then in the Southern League playing at Forest Green.
Yeah, I remember that day. It was probably a Friday afternoon. Gloucester was in absolute chaos. Couldn't get home. People, you know, big dual carriageway, having to leave their cars, and to walk home in the floods. But it was an absolute nightmare at the time. And I don't think you really thought about the football club then. You always think, oh, it'll sort itself out, but it never did. It never did. And obviously the flooding up to the crossbar at the time.
So we got the area up there, which used to be the boardroom, and obviously this seating area within here, home directors, away directors, all officials on those seats there, which tells its own story. Flood water probably came in at a guess to around about here at this height. So it's done all the seating there, left it all in the room that it's in. Not a pretty sight.
Yeah, I think our experience from last year playing Chippenham, a team a league below, full of endeavour, up for the fight. I expect to be a real tough game. FA Cup always brings their upsets and things. There's only one league gap between us. Let's see what Saturday brings.
The money is a big thing for any club at that level. So whilst you don't bank on it and you don't rely on it, it's a nice bonus to have for anybody. So yeah, we've got to just try and do the job on Saturday, and fingers crossed we can.
Club need that extra finance to keep running. They're sustaining Conference North football on a shoestring budget now, I say, and you know, reliant upon players who are committed and you know, real small squad. It just needs that extra bonus really against the first round, finances into the club, and maybe that can help with the playing budget, or maybe help put some of this back into place. Can't really believe how it's got this bad really. It just puts all in context how far away the club is from coming home, and how much work needs to be done to get it back to the city really.
And Gloucester